Welcome to my tarot reading for the day. It is August 10th, and it's a day of our daughter's birthday and our nephew's first heavenly birthday. And so I'm doing this with his guidance and I'm trying to find all the words, and I just trying to make it sound like it's it needs to be perfect, but it's not going to be perfect. So this is my first video, and I'm not gonna try to pretend like I know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna do what is in my heart, because I've been thinking about him all weekend, and it's been difficult, and I've been in a mode for quite a while, and that mode is kind of directing me down into self-sabotage, downward. And so I decided I'd do this for him and all of our family who are feeling this grief. He left us back in October, and he and my daughters share a birthday, and I think about him, and I think about how we can heal together. So I started shuffling the cards, and the first card that came out, and I quickly asked for guidance. It was kind of like, I just want to do this. So I just started doing a quick guidance, please, and then this card, the first card that popped out quickly and right in front of me, and I didn't record it, was the Devil card, which is confronting your inner saboteur. And I'm having a hard time, yes, and I'm asking for Shane to, and all of our angel spirit guides who went to heaven in the last 3-4 years, and our ancestors before that, to be with me, that I confront this sabotaging energy. It's quite easy to do when, like, all your life, most of your life, you're fighting that saboteur, that devil, this devil, fighting the devil within you. It's real. And then it took a minute or so for the other cards to come out, and the healing card came out. And the Four of Cups. You see that? You see the one cup he doesn't see? Which we tend to do. It's not seeing how we are holding ourselves back. Nobody likes to confront the devil. The devil can be a jarring image to face. This is because he represents our shadow self, the inner saboteur. This is the insidious voice within that tells us we aren't worthy, that we can't be successful, and that we are stuck with our lot. And this is the mindset that at least some of us carry. And often this voice pops up just before we're about to make a huge breakthrough. Healing card. And this voice comes as a final test to see what we really believe about ourselves. The devil is known by many names, but by far the most fitting is the Prince of Lies. The biggest lie the devil tells is that he is more powerful than we are. Each day you have a choice to believe the voice that tells you you are garbage, or to hear your better angels who remind you that you are worthy. How does this shadow manifest in your life? Do you struggle with self-esteem? Do you feel trapped in a situation that feels beyond your control? When you look at the image of the devil, you can see a man and a woman chained to his throne. They are a corrupted version of the innocent and pure man and women who appear on the Lover's card. The trees that were featured on the Lover cards now appear in the form of unnatural tails sprouting from the pair. This shows how applying life and knowledge solely toward materialism and external gratification leads to corruption. The two figures also sport horns, symbolizing the enslavement to the animal parts of their nature. The animal nature is only concerned with survival and protection of itself. It is not enlightened and manifests in the form of fear, excess, jealousy, anger, hatred, addiction, unforgiveness, and the pursuit of personal comfort over all else. Look closer at the figures chained to the devil's throne. The chain represents the falsehood of being stuck. The chains the figures wear are quite loose. In fact, they step out of them at any time. This shows that despite the fearful fact that could step out of them at any time, this shows despite the fearful size of the devil, one can be free of him whenever they choose. When the devil appears, he calls your attention to the self-limiting thoughts and behaviors that are keeping you imprisoned. You can be free at any time, but you must stop rationalizing those behaviors and confront them honestly. Written on the devil's right hand is the symbol for Saturn. In astrology, Saturn rules limitations, setbacks, and self-improvement over time. This implies that honestly confronting your inner shadows will compel you to improve over time, even if the process feels uncomfortable. The devil highlights any untruths you may be telling yourself that are keeping you from being the best version of yourself. The shadow is real, but you are more powerful. The best way to transcend shadows is to embody love. Be loving to yourself and others. Don't get hooked into defending yourself in the face of someone else's shadow. Lovingly help someone else. Be of service. Be kinder. If you are feeling fear, help someone else feel braver. Challenge the lie that you are stuck. Send light and love to those people you can't quite seem to forgive. Unhook yourself from the devil's chains by embodying your better angels, the devil will lose all power. And I so have to keep rereading that and rereading that for me to move forward. I need to. I want to. I want to. The star. Transcendent wisdom. The star is a symbol of renewed hope after turbulent times. The hope comes from seeing your life transcendentally. From this higher vantage point, you can see the big picture and your real life purpose. The star asks you to follow your proverbial North Star, the compass point that leads you back to your authentic self, the best of who you really are. In fact, the 8 pointed stars depicted on this resemble the points of a compass. When the star appears, then you will find your way. The star is associated with eternal, immortal part of your spirit. This authentic essence continues long after your body has gone. By turning into the eternal aspect of yourself, you can transcend any challenge you confront in the mundane world. What is the meaning of your life? Have you lost perspective, becoming consumed with something that really isn't that important in the long run? When was the last time you felt clear about your purpose? The woman on the star card has drawn from the healing waters of the universal pool of the collective. She is pouring some of these waters on the parched earth beside her, symbolizing a replenishment of her world and the neglected parts of herself. What feels dry and parched in your world? What needs replenishment and watering? The woman is taking some of the water for herself. She knows she is worthy, and that is wise to do so. By taking the gifts of the universe to replenish herself, she will be able to share more of herself for the benefit of us all. The woman is also pouring some of the water back into the universal pool. She is giving something back to the collective to improve and enrich it. To whom much is given, much is required. If she keeps returning some of the water to the pool, she will ensure it never dries up and that she'll be able to draw future blessings from it when needed. The major arcana in this tarot can be interpreted as a path laid out in symbols toward a deeper understanding of the self. In the major arcana, the star is numbered 17, and this occurs immediately after the most challenging cards. 12, the Hanged Man. 13, Death. 15, the Devil. 16, the Tower. After accepting sacrifice and death, confronting the shadow self and returning to her true nature, the superficial layers of the ego are stripped away. The star represents the imperishable light within you that transcends the fears of the ego. This is the eternal starlight of spirit. Each of us possess this light. The light is always sparkling within us. However, sometimes it is so buried beneath burdens and layers of ego and fear that it is hard to feel or see. Some people forget this light exists altogether until they see a laughing baby or are moved by a pivotal, sometimes traumatic life events. The star reminds us that our inner light exists. When we draw from this eternal source, we can bounce back from death and defeat, transcending all challenges. Knowing this, we come to understand there is really nothing to fear. In the background, sitting in a tree, is an ibis bird. The ibis was very sacred in ancient Egypt. It is the emblem of the god of wisdom, Thoth. The ibis calls us to the wisdom we need in order to fly above our present challenges. The ibis, high on his tree, grants the perspective of the big picture. He is the god of the moon and writing. Perhaps it's time to journal your deeper revelations. The star reminds you to replenish yourself by assessing the transcendent light within. When you have drawn from the power of this light, pass along its blessings and reinvest in the universal pool. Open your eyes to where you are truly needed in your world. If you've ever helped the homeless or sat with an old lonely lady who needed to talk, or left a huge tip and a sweet note for a hotel maid, or a witness going through a rough patch, a waitress going through a rough patch, then you've been doing the work of the star. You've been replenishing the waters of the collective good. The star is all about restoring hope in yourself and others. Follow your North Star back to the best parts of you and your true purpose. If you continue to pass on blessings to others, you will always be blessed. Four of Cups. Seeing and accepting blessings. The Four of Cups reminds you to see all the good things being offered to you. Offered to you in the present. Thinking too far ahead or dwelling on things long past can rob you of now. The present is where life is happening. The current moment is also loaded with abundance, blessings, and positive energy. Are you open to receiving them? The Four of Cups asks you to start seeing the current gifts being offered to you. Are you worrying about the future? Are you shutting down with a numb heart because of something that happened in the past? Is something distracting you from seeing the multitudes of miracles and blessings present in your life? The Four of Cups shows a sulking man sitting under a tree. He is fixated on 3 earth-bound cups. He is not acknowledging a miracle right behind him. An angelic hand is reaching out of a cloud and is offering him a divine gift. The other cards we see this angelic hand appear on are the aces. A new beginning is being offered and the man cannot receive it. Not only is he not open to accepting, his arms are in a crossed, closed position. He is unable to see it. Western culture tells us to be constantly worried. Even when we aren't running around at our jobs and our minds are still running. Constantly planning, avoiding pitfalls, constantly pushing to be better, endlessly striving. This is just fear in disguise. Fear of being hurt by something, fear of being caught unaware, fear of the past repeating itself, fear of rejection, fear of loss, fear, and more fear. Have you ever heard the saying that fear robs you of the joy of the present? Well, it does. And the more you engage in it, the more blind you get to the good things in life. The man on the card isn't happy. If the golden cup represents gifts, then he already has 3, and there's another one on the way. He's not open to receiving because he has emotionally closed down. Look at his posture. His arms are crossed, as are his legs. Much like with the figure on the 4 of Pentacles, he is blocking his heart. Some major pain from the past must have happened to him. His whole present is focused on how to prevent that hurt from happening again. As a result, he has closed access to his heart and his ability to receive. He is lost in projections that aren't there. All he needs to do is look around him. Think how ecstatic he would be if only he noticed the gift being delivered, especially for him from above. The 4 of Cups urges you to accept, receive, and open yourself to the good things being offered at this moment. If someone tries to do something nice for you, say, thank you so much. No, you don't have to do that. Look around you right now. Do you see the colors surrounding you? Do you hear the sounds? Do you see light everywhere? Take a deep breath and let it in. What is wonderful about your life right now? Open yourself to all the good that is occurring. If you shift your focus to blessings, more will come. on the bottom of the deck is Four of Wands. Dark. Healing. Four of Cups. Four of Wands, celebrate. The imagery of the Four of Wands is straightforward. It shows a party or celebration happening. The figures on the card are dancing, full of mirth. And the Four of Wands is all about connecting with others for no reason than to have laughter, humor, and fun. The Four of Wands also reminds you to celebrate your rites of passage. It's important to mark even small achievements and accomplishments with a special occasion. This will ensure you experience the joy of what you are manifesting. When is the last time you let your hair down and had some fun? Have you been too serious lately? Do you think you can't enjoy yourself because there are 20 million unfinished things to do? The Four of Wands reminds us that having occasional fun isn't something to feel guilty about. It's vital to remain balanced human being. Sometimes there is just no substitute for laughing and dining outdoors on a balmy June evening with someone whose company you enjoy. Nothing beats a hot cup of cocoa and a snuggly chair and a good book when it's cold outside. There will always be a long list of unfinished things to do. Whether you take a break or not, they'll still be there. They'll still be waiting for you. So why not return to your tasks in a good mood? Celebrate an accomplishment you've made or your goal you've reached. Treat yourself. Celebrate that when you went to the gym today. Give yourself an elegant dinner for making it through a difficult workday. You could even just celebrate because you're alive. Life isn't about flitting from one busy tasks to another. It's about occasionally stopping yourself and finding charm in the moment. Just look outside and see how prettily the light dances off the leaves. The Four of Wands doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and party. It's a little less intense than that. Sometimes it just reminds us to connect with people who matter to us. Send some light-hearted messages. Write a sweet card. Remind yourself of the exceptional people in your life and show them how grateful you are that they exist. Brighten their day if things have been getting too heavy for them. Tell a funny story. The best people in our lives make our journey through the hills and valleys so much more pleasant. This card also advises you to have more fun socially. The figures on the Four of Wands are all holding bouquets, a symbol for beautiful gifts received. The message of this card is clear. Have some fun, enjoy life's gifts. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you friends, my community, and that we feel the love and support, which is our higher purpose. Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. I haven't used these in a while. There's an eclipse happening. Hold your vision. It's a fixed moon. Let's see what it says. Sometimes there's different routines you can use to set up your cards, and I'm just picking one. And you can pick 3, past, present, and future. And this one is fixed moon. Processing as we do this, so I'm shaking a little bit, and I want to cry, so I'm processing and breathing through it. There are 2 main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second very different interpretation is that something is stuck. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheels so that the events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. Hence this reading. With 2 interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. Attuned to the moon, yes. Just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Yes. Just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Yes. Additional meanings for this card: staying power, faith, or patience are needed. Someone needs to back down. Avoid stagnation. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. With teaching in astrology, there are 3 quadruplicities: the cardinal, fixed, mutable. Fixed moon. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The fixed signs can be stubborn. So anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we each have all the star signs in our chart, all star signs, including Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. So there's no judgment when we say that while it's admirable how much staying power the fixed signs have, they also can be obstinate. Excuse me. These ones, I like the numbers, and that I watch out for numbers. And I think a lot of people watch out for numbers. And I've never ever used this deck that much ever with any reading. Occasionally I used to pull a card. This is the first time it's making its debut on the video. It's Jane Austen. For divination and gameplay. It is a truth universally acknowledged that any person in possession of a sense of destiny must be in want of a reading. Characters, iconic symbols, divination and gameplay, as in it's a deck of cards. Spirit for our highest good only. Angel, God, spirit, and ancestors. One card. The High Priestess. Queen of Hearts. Elizabeth's feelings for Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice are hidden even from her until she realizes she loves him. Mystery. The Chariot. Doesn't want to tell me. It's got to be spades. Seven of spades, the Chariot, assertion. Coachmen in a horse-drawn carriage are in control and know where they're going. Assertion. Justice. Justice. Balance. The Hierophant. The bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Things are moving fast. Taking a look at the world and he's looking forward. He's thinking about the future. His back is turned to us. No looking back. And 10 of Cups. Celebration, happy home and family. With the Strength card. Taming yourself and your ego. Temperance. The 9 of Cups. Wishes coming true. After pain and loss and grief. The King of Cups. For a future that is stable. Took all the right steps. Mature, responsible. After defending himself and standing firm, having faith towards success, moving away, leaving the past behind. With the Queen of Swords. After many, many heartbreaks. And decisions to make. Co-creating the world that you want. The Magician. Amasa, much blessings. Thank you.